Boogie faked cancer. And that was all brought on because he went on CoffeeZilla and he told CoffeeZilla he was making no money from this show, making me look like I'm scamming Wings and Boogie and not paying them. And it was a fucking lie. So I brought Destiny on to expose him for faking his cancer. I told Boogie that if he listened to me and did everything I said, that he would be just fine and I would save his career. And he did. He went and picked up trash. He held a sign saying he faked cancer, got hit with water balloons, and he got the infamous tattoo. He did all that to prove that he was sorry. And during the cancer arc, and I remember this because it was Tommy's last paycheck, there was a check being sent to Boogie for $6,000. Boogie listened to me. The show kept growing. The show had massive success. The show blew the up. It got so big that Boogie was getting checks for near $30,000 a month. And I would argue that's because he listened to Keem. And for multiple reasons, I took myself off this show. But the main reason, the straw that broke the camel's back, was Boogie lying on my name and telling people in the Discord and publicly on shows that I wasn't letting him go to his friend Billy's funeral. That disgusting lie that he repeated over and over and over again opened my eyes. Oh, Boogie doesn't give a about you. He doesn't appreciate anything you're doing. And I can't put the blinders back on ever since they came off. And I realized that Boogie doesn't appreciate a single fucking thing I did. I still support the show, though. I give Boogie the best cast he could ever have. I give him Rastoff. I give him Scooter. Oh, he's going to crush. He's going to crush with Rastoff and Scooter. He's going to crush. I'm doing the meetings behind the scenes every single day. I'm asking these guys, hey, what's your plan? All right, tweak this, maybe do this. Maybe you want to cover that, you know? And we had this thing going, bro. 3,500 every single day. Yeah, I know we need to start all over again with a new cast or whatever, but it's fine. This is a good cast. We got this. And unfortunately, and this is just no one's fault, it just so happened that, you know, a family member of Rastoff's had a serious heart attack and he had to be out. And Scooter has to have a tooth pulled, which is getting pulled today. I mean, this is unfortunate things that happen, right? But the show must go on. Boogie all by himself did the best he could, but the numbers tanked. That's not Boogie's fault, right? I don't blame him for that at all. You know, you're missing Rastoff, you're missing Scooter, you're just trying to keep the show going. I'm not mad at him for that. But those numbers tanking was the justification in his mind that this thing is all going to crash and burn. Boogie loses faith in Scooter, loses faith in Rastoff, starts believing that he's going to start making under $10,000 a month. He starts calling Boogie or like Mike and like other hosts saying, if I make less than $15,000 a month, I'm going to be homeless. I need at least $15,000 a month or I'm going to be homeless. I don't know what I'm going to do. He was literally telling people this, ladies and gentlemen. Now you remember, when he faked cancer, when that got revealed, he was only making $6,000 a month and doing just fine. Boogie is on record saying a check that he got from LolCow Live for one single month was his biggest amount that he's ever made in a single month on all of YouTube. If that's the biggest amount that you've ever made from LolCow Live, an entire month of YouTube ad revenue, right? Then why the are you listening to Wings? Why the are you believing yourself? I think you should trust Keem. Did Boogie stop believing in the LCU? Stop believing in the moves that I was making for this show and the entire universe? Not only did he start doubting every single thing, just like Wings always has, all right? But he started convincing himself this is going bust. The LCU is falling apart. It's over. He convinced himself of this. So he started looking for an exit strategy. I think the first move that he did was me not letting him go to the funeral. Then after that move, you remember that was like a month ago, right? You notice he's been streaming on his own YouTube channel quite often ever since. This whole thing with Denmark, all right? This whole thing with Denmark. He comes to me and says, I told you Denmark was sexually harassing Desi and you needed to stop. I don't remember that. Rastov doesn't remember that. Scooter doesn't remember that. None of us remember it. Sandman, thank you for the one gifted. Danny, thank you for the one gifted. We don't remember it. But he starts building up this narrative that he is the victim and I'm him over. Yesterday, Boogie tried to spin a narrative that I wouldn't fix the problem. That was a lie. I did. Immediately. He kept saying that I owe Desi an apology. And even after yesterday's show, not only did Boogie continue this bullshit that I did something wrong. You know, the guy that saved his house, the guy that saved him from the cancer arc, right? Me. Not only did he blame the whole scenario on me, then he starts pushing a narrative because he can't be held accountable for his own actions that it's just a script. It's a script, guys. Well, in the meeting, you told me I had to do this. In the meeting, you told me I had to do this. He did that on our show last night, and then he did it on Reaper. And when I watched last night's Reaper episode this morning, not only did he do that, try to act like this is a skit, you know? He then went on Reaper to say, Keemstar still owes Desi an apology. Well, since Desi has been behind all this, and not Boogie, definitely Desi. Desi, I have an apology for you. Here's my apology. Boogie's fired. He is no longer an employee of the LolCow universe. That's my apology. When I mentioned what was kind of going on, some people in the Discord were asking, well, Boogie's about to get the biggest paycheck he's ever got from YouTube twice because of the severance package. Yeah, I'm not paying that. You broke NDA, motherfucker. You broke NDA like 3 times yesterday, all right? You talk about our private meetings behind the scenes, something you're not supposed to do. You talked about money. Go f yourself. I ain't giving you a fucking dime. Go f yourself. Not a dime. Boogie2988 is now an intern and a co-host on a unpartnered channel called Lol Cow Pit, hosted by Boogie and Glammy Lammy. Boogie, you are going to have to start at the very bottom in the LCU.